Welcome back to the channel, fellow adventurers. If you're new here, we do EDC gear and knife review videos. If you like that kind of content, please subscribe. Alright folks, we have something new here today. This was sent to me by Maxpedition to try out. This is their new Platy Pocket Organizer. And this one is the larger size, the 5x7. They also make it a little bit smaller size, which is 4x6. I elected to go with the larger one because I wanted to have one that I could put a full-size notebook in and just a little bigger pouch, because I usually go with smaller size, but I wanted something that is bigger that I could put more in. So let's go over this a little bit. Let's first take the tag off. So let's get a knife out here. And we'll take that off. All right. I'm going to put the tag off to the side so everybody can still see what we're working on. So first thing you're going to notice is this comes attached with a long paracord. So this serves a couple of purposes. You can wear this around your neck and have it hanging off like a neck pouch. This is long enough that you can use it as a crossbody kind of mount. So you can use it as a crossbody bag or an over-the-shoulder bag. You can even loop this around your belt and you can just tuck this away. Or you can take it off completely. To take it off completely, you'd have to remove the knot at the end of the paracord and then, take the cinch off. But it gives you multiple ways to carry it. For now, I'm just going to tuck this in here. So you've got two larger pockets here. You've got your webbing here to hold things in place. And of course, you have this large pocket here. On the back side, you've got two pockets here. And then you have a main pocket that's sealed on the inside. So let's kind of load this up and see what we can get in it. So first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go on the front side here, and I'm going to put a Leatherman Sidekick in that first pouch. Then I'm going to take this one. This is an Olight Arcveld UV, and I'm going to put this in here. We'll put those there. Now we'll come to this side where I'm going to open this up and we're going to pack this with a lot of stuff. We're going to first pack it with a notebook. I'm going to put the notebook right in there. If I can open that up. There we go. I should have it at the right angle. So we'll put the notebook in right there. Now we're going to load this up with all kinds of fun goodies. So let's check it out. What can we put in there? Well, let's start by adding some of this stuff. We're going to put a knot tying guide, because it's always good to know your knots. We'll put those in there. We'll put a secondary right in the rain notebook in there. Sometimes you just want to have something small. We'll put in a bunch of Band-Aids. Pack those in there. Side. We'll put in an eyeglass cleaner, some Tylenol. Okay. And let me grab some other things to put in there. Okay, so we're going to add a tiny survival guide and a magnifying glass. We'll put that right in here. We're also going to add to that a little pack of fire starters, a ferro rod, because you've got to be able to start the fire. So as you see, I'm loading this out. Then I'm going to add a pack of Advil to go with the Tylenol that we had before. I do like my redundancies. Then I'm going to put some additional Band-Aids in, or bandages. Then I'm going to put in a survival whistle. And then the last thing I'm going to load in here is my pry bar. So we'll just throw that in there. And there's still room for more stuff, but that's what I'm going to put in here so far. Now, to go along with what we have here, I'm going to actually pull this out real quick. And I'm going to put in a first aid guide. I'm going to slide back here, right into that pocket. And then I'm going to slide this hank in here. So as you can see, I'm loading this up with a lot of stuff. So let me just get this tucked in here nicely. See if I can get that tucked in. And I can. Okay. So we've got the hank tucked in there. And we still have some places here, but I don't want to go too crazy with this. Now on the other side, I'm going to put my Atomic Bear Rebel tactical pen. And then last but not least, I'm going to throw my Benchmade bug out right in here. We'll tuck that right in. Now what I like about this stays pretty flat, even with all that stuff in there. So this could fit in a cargo pants pocket. You could probably fit this in a back pocket of men's jeans. Obviously women's jeans will be a little bit of a problem. And then, like I said before, you can tuck this in here as well if you don't want the cordage out. I'm going to leave the paracord on because I'm going to actually wear this as a crossbody bag. You know, take this out. You can tuck that right in there, just like that. So, I mean, this has all the essentials you'll basically need. And you do have this little loop, so you can actually take a carabiner and clip it right onto your belt loop or onto a backpack, you know. And even with all this in it, it still stays fairly light, folds flat. I just think this is a fantastic bag. As you can see, it holds everything you're going to need for your EDC. There's not much more I can think of putting in there. If you guys can think of anything I should have put in there with all this stuff, leave it down in the comments and we'll go from there. But this is the new Platy, from Maxpedition. Slight technical glitch there, folks. So this is, yes, the new Platy. This is part of their Legacy series, and this comes in at 5.5 by 7. And again, they do make a smaller size, a 4x6, which is a little bit more compact. I know some people prefer a little bit more compact bags, but for me, this was perfect. This had, size-wise, this fits everything I want it to. So I think it's really built well. And just kind of talking about what it's built out of. It's 500 denier water-resistant nylon. The zippers are YKK number 8, and they do put the nice paracord on there to make it easy to pull up and down. I think that's fantastic. You can even, like, if you wanted to change this out and put something brighter on there or add a glow bead to it, it would be very easy to do, you know. And I think this will just wind up being able to take a beating. I mean, Maxpedition is known for how tough their bags are. So I don't think this is going to be any different. And like I said, I think this is fantastic. And they did send it over. So again, I want to thank Maxpedition for letting me check this out. And all I have to say is, if you like the video, please give it a thumbs up. If you like this kind of content, subscribe to the channel. And as I always say, until we meet again, keep your blade sharp